Hi, good afternoon. This is Daryl Johnson. 10th, 11th, 11, 11. Is it 11, 11? The Pillars of Hell? Wake up call, right? It's what most of you think. Maybe it's not 11, 11. It could be 11, 12. I'm not sure. Today is Tuesday, I do know that. And I do know we are in the month of November. And my name is Daryl Johnson, and this is Ride to Win. I wanted to do this video just real quick because I want to keep a relationship with you guys. And I want to start out by saying it's a lyric from a song, and I'm going to read you another song also, and I'm going to show you my new guitar. So the words are, and the name of the band is called, oh God, I can't, 3 Days Grace. The name of the song is called Imperae. Okay? And that's the Last of the Mohican soundtrack playing in the back. I love that stuff. I can play it on guitar too, so. Okay, everyone's dreaming in black and white, but we see each other in a different light. We're invisible to the rest of these people who won't come to truth, who won't look outside and say, man, it's just not lit right. It's not lit like it used to be. We have a definite luminosity level problem. You need to start looking again out of the box and from a different dimension. And by doing that, you will walk out and you will see that the sky is not right. It's not colored right. And what you're mainly going to see is what I've already explained, but I'm going to go through it again for you people who may have missed that video. Sun simulator. Big planet. Let's say my head's the sun, right? Sun simulator on the atmosphere. My head, the sun, way out there. Big planet. Comes along and blocks the sun, the old sun. Now your sky goes a dark Confederate gray. I hate to use that terminology, but it seems to work. It's a dark, dark gray. Because the sun is no more adding, our real sun is no more adding luminosity to the sun simulator. The sky goes dark. You will see a change in shadows, which I've already captured a picture. I don't even feel like going on canvas anymore. I captured the Ultimo pic down at Walmart, go figure, with 20 jets in the sky of a planet. And you can actually see the outside ring of this thing. It's the clearest picture I ever got. And I got it just nailing it in a Walmart parking lot by walking out and saying, it's sunset, there's too many jets flying around, and the sky's not lit right. Things aren't lit right. No, number one, we're supposed to be lit yellow. If you look at old movies, 1990, Gladiator, etc., I'm giving them to you, Raiders of the Lost Ark, our sun is yellow, okay? So our skin used to glow yellow. Now, what does it glow now? It glows white. Let me see. It comes out backwards. That says dream. Got a little butterfly on it. Okay, well, luminosity. Thank you, Bob, for turning up the lights. Appreciate you. You see what I mean? Golly, golly. And there's not a cloud in the sky. How's that work? How can you see me now? Okay, Daryl, leave that subject alone. Let's show them the new guitar. Came in yesterday, I missed it. I was at the hospital all day. We're going to get into that a little bit. This is my guitar. It's a Jackson. It's a Jackson. It's a gun. Perfectly straight neck. 3 pickups. Volume tone. That's your pickup selector switch. It's also got a whammy bar that goes on it. That's why you have these up here. They're called lock nuts. See them? The little bolts at the top of the neck. Once I tune my guitar, I lock it down. So when I go wild with my vibrato bar and change frequencies, it stays in tune if you do it properly. Got a little bit of upgrading to do on it, but it's the exact guitar I left in Texas when I began my journey about 3 years ago. It's almost an exact replica. And I'd like to thank Ralph in Las Vegas, the man who sent it to me, and who's still, in touch with me. I mean, this thing is gorgeous, gorgeous. It's called a GDR 94. GDR 94 means it was made in 94. It is a series of limited guitars. If you can see on the end, it says Concept. This is who I am. This is what I do. So along with that, I haven't figured out a name for it yet. I'm thinking about Inky or I'm thinking about E. I'll take your votes. Maybe Greta. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is Musk Satellites, and I want to give you a citation so you know where to look for it. Oh gosh, I don't know if I even pull it up. Damn it, I might have messed that one. Yeah, I think it was space.com. Let's go with that. But you got to pull it up anyway because it's about Musk Satellites. The 40,000 new satellites that he just sent up to create more luminosity to hide these planets. And ain't it weird that he's popping these up right when they're popping through? So it's a last-ditch effort to cover these things from us before they pop through and Margaret and Bob go freaking nuts. And I'm not talking just Margaret and Bob. I'm talking parable for a very large group of people, other than you people that know it's coming, so you'll halfway be prepared. You won't do as the Bible says, men's hearts will fail. Okay? So you've got the end. And again, while everybody's dreaming in black and white and not looking at that, what the F is going on with this sky, you guys are seeing. And I'm so glad to have you. A couple of people I lose on my statements. I get up there, I lose one or two. And you know what? I know exactly who you are. I know that you came at me with books. You came at me with the Bible. You came at me with YouTube videos. Well, you can take that crap and you can just take a walk with it. There's too many holes in the Bible. That's why they call it the Holy Bible. I'm not going to read a book that has us saying Amen, who is the Egyptian god who wrote the Book of the Dead. I am also not going to read a book that is created by man's false doctrines. I'm not going to read a book that was written by a freaking Mason, King James. Actually, Shakespeare wrote it, but King James came up with the idea, interwove the Zohar, which is the Illuminati handbook. So one day, if you want, you can go Egyptian, right? You can probably actually put a little Egyptian hat on, Or one day, you can go straight up Mason. There is only one belief out there, and there is only one power. And again, as I've stated before, he does not share power with anyone. So you people who come to me with this and who are stuck in a book and man's words that he created without there going do your due diligence and finding out what he actually said and meant, go. See ya. I don't care about, the amount of subs. I'm not that interested in it. I do want you to push sharing. Share what I'm saying. Share what I'm saying. All I can say to that is not trying to wake people up, but give them a little bit of knowledge to maybe make them look in a different direction and get their head out of the dark. Get in the light. Okay. So, speaking of light, Astromer's pissed off because of the launches and because of the light that these new 40,000 satellites are emitting. Now, what did I explain to you covers up these planets? What's the main thing that we're not seeing scarlet skies like I do around the world? Which is iron oxide, by the way. it's not good to breathe. Why? Because your eye cannot adjust to a level of UV, a wall of UV. You can't see through it. So their last ditch effort, I guarantee you, was Musk launching 30,000 satellites in addition to the 12,000 that he's already got out there, what he said would do to mission, but he launches 30,000 more. So there's 42,000 satellites up there. Well, I don't know if he's got them all up. He's launching every day, right? I just saw a launch today, right? So that's going to be 42,000 satellites in a grid, perfect grid, synchronicity, a geometric grid in geosynchronous orbit with the Earth. It's called Starlink. There's another word that comes to mind when you think about this. It's called Skynet. It comes from a movie called Terminator. These things emit light. They have mirrors attached to them. They can shoot new waves. They have a 576 resonance that can basically cook us like microwave dinners. But again, everybody else is dreaming in black and white, aren't they? Get my Indian on. Okay, second story, very important. And you guys who are following the solar winds that are hitting the Earth, who aren't factoring this in because you don't do your homework and you just look at a scope that is probably being fed wrong information. Because none of these scopes are showing these planets that are 10 times the size of the Earth. Doesn't that make a bell go off in your head that maybe it's a feed from 1990 when they weren't here? How come they're not showing up on these scopes, but I can take a picture of a planet in the sky? How come you're believing in Core? 1, 2. How come you're believing in Secchi? I mean, come on. Get with the program. They're feeding you lies. Now, I don't know if this is a lie either, but it's a story about a supernova, and I have known a supernova's been floating around since the beginning of this deal. It also includes a galaxy. And what it's doing is blowing heavy-duty winds at the sun and at us. So it's not only coronal mass ejections, we got winds coming from other galaxies that almost equal the power that the sun's putting out. Do we savvy this so far? Are y'all with me? I love you guys, I really do. And I love my regulator. What's up, dog? Okay, that story comes, if you want to look at the supernova that's floating around, there's more than one. And I am seeing the signatures on the side of houses, the reflections of these things. Creepy, weird, won't get into it, but if you want to see a projection of what's really out there in the sky, again, hit Event Horizon 144, all one word, @gmail.com. I will change your world. And especially now because everything I've got, what's new, is clear. You don't have to search, you don't have to zoom, it's right there, okay? Now I've got, okay, again, this is underspace.com. This is another story referring to Musk's additional 30,000 satellites going up, increasing the UV. They've got the sun simulators cranked up on high. Okay, so when it is bright out there, woo, is it bright, isn't it? Okay, the other story, again, comes from space.com, and it's called Astronomers Worry About the Brightness of Starlink's satellites. Again, back to Musk. And I can't figure out the boy's AI, if he's from another planet, or if he's human. I don't know, you know? I know he's a very intelligent man. I know he warned us about the satellites, which was after I warned you guys about them last year. But they were coming because I saw them on the cams. But all those cams are shut down right now. I can't see anything, basically, except for the one that's coming in Switzerland. And it is amazing. Okay. I just got out the cams in New York, too, right? My hometown, my birthplace. Upstate New York is pounded with snow. And the lighting there is beyond belief. I got there about 4 o'clock. I wish I would have got there earlier because I see little pictures before I click on the cam. Well, it must have been a shot of Syracuse, which is my birthplace, right? God, I've never seen the sky like this. Red, blue, purple, yellow, the big yellow ball glowing. So sky. Everything else has snow dumped on it. There is another place it's called, I think it's the American University in New York. There's my green ball. There's the green ball, which I think is where it originates, or we got more around the planet. Because I've seen them in Spain, I've seen, or I would maybe say the reflection in Spain, Africa, Belgium, Norway, Sweden, you name it, Tokyo. What's the other big city there? You know what I'm talking about, Japan, China. And Sakurajima is still burning up, and if you go to my buddy, Morning Dew, capital D, dot, E, dot, W, dot. He's got this stuff glued. He's a very cool man. His name is Michael. I love biblical names. You tell him Ride the Wind sent you, and you sub to this man, and you understand what's going on in the world right now, because we got 42 active volcanoes right now. As of today, 42. And Sakurajima apparently just went off. I can't look at it anymore. I've been looking at it for a year, screaming at geological societies that this is going to go. Not one response. I'm going to get by that. So let's move aside. I'm thinking about naming my guitar Inky, like I said. I'm going to slip off into a little Anunnaki lineage here. There is Sumerian petroglyphs, pictures of them. They consider them gods. Anu, Anil, Marduk, Enki. There is Sumerian petroglyphs. They're also drawn on Egyptian walls in hieroglyphics. There is no way to deny that these guys played some part in creating us. Let us, who the hell is us, create him with the shine of the stars, which I told you we have glycoaldehyde within our DNA, which is a phosphate, which is the cloud that surrounds stars. Let us create him with the sign of in your image, with the shine of the stars. They are talking about glycoaldehyde. And the us is Anunnaki, us. Who the hell is us? Has anybody asked who the hell us is? Oh, it's a bunch of angels. No. It's the Anunnaki talking to God, and God let it go ahead and happen. Do your little petri dish experiment so you can create people to mine your gold to hopefully save your atmosphere, because that's what they were trying to do. Okay, it was a machine that they used, and they were trying to scrub their atmosphere because they had ruined it. They gave us technology, Enki especially, created aqueducts, created sewer systems, created electrical grids back in the Sumerian day. Now this is a song by Tool. I hope you can read it. I hope I can see it. And I'm going to talk to you about, he's going to talk about the cornerstone. The cornerstone is parable for the structure of a molecule. It's a square. Now the capstone that he also spoke of is the fifth element, Anunnaki. I'll get into the story of how they tricked Adam in Eden, got his RNA. The ark was a ship. I'm probably going to lose some subs on this one, but it's time to get to this. And a big shout out to the channel Spirit of God. You want to understand what was going on with these boys and how much of a role? They even hooked up with the Egyptians. And I don't know if they're the fallen or if they were good. I don't know. I'm not going to say that. But I want you to first of all understand that the cornerstone that we grasp to and that we play off, the fifth element, that we hold the fallen in us. His message when he came, when he talked about cornerstone, is that we could overcome the fifth element, the element of the Anunnaki, and be who we are, treat each other right, and love each other. How'd that work out for him? It didn't. Because nobody could understand what the hell he was talking about. Because the boy was Nan was trying to talk about molecular structure, and parable, cornerstone. Now, this is also going to define the people who hang on to the cornerstone and won't accept that we have this fifth element in us and that we can overcome it. And these people in the darkness that define and control who we are, they are letting that fifth element, the part of our DNA that connects, that holds that element of Anunnaki. Okay, so I'm just going to read it. You guys figure it out. It's called The Grudge. It's by Tool. It's from an album, the one they put out before this last one. This guy's a genius, man. He is. Okay. Wear the grudge like a crown of negativity. Calculate what you will and will not tolerate. Judging. Okay? Desperate to control all and everything. Unable to forgive. Your Scarlet Letterman. Who's the Scarlet Letterman? A suit. He had a closet full of robes that were scarlet. And isn't that a weird twist? I've said before that most of the guys in the world are scarlet. He is here, no doubt, no doubt. He's here. He's at the door. I think he's really beyond the door. He's coming through the door right now. Okay. Clutch it like a cornerstone. Otherwise, it all comes down. You got to hang on to that molecule, people, you out there who are asleep. You got to hang on to it or everything just falls apart. If you try and accept the fact that we have another part of us that is dark and that we can overcome it, this is the way it works, okay? Clutch it like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down. Your little world. What you think is your world. You people who dream in black and white. Okay? Clutch it like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down. Terrified of being wrong, ultimatum, prison cell. Being trapped in a false reality. Now, Saturn ascends. Saturn, if you look at that, is an evil symbol, and it's ascending right now. I have pictures with a big glowing cube in the sky that is bright as the sun. So he makes the statement, Saturn ascends. Choose 1 or 10. Not 11. Not 11. Bad number, twin towers, pillars of hell. You people who think it's a wake-up call, yeah, it's a wake-up call, but you're looking at the wrong crap, okay? Your mind is in the wrong place, okay? Hang on or be humbled again. Meaning you hang on to your little belief of hurting and defining each other and doing this and that. Yeah, hang on to that and get ready to be humbled again. Now, clutch it like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down. Justify denials and grip them to the lonesome end. Saturn ascends, it comes around again, like it's come before. And you'll see this in business logos. Whenever you see the cube, whenever you see Sam's logo, that is a cube. That is a Saturn cube. The Arkansas state flag is a cube, a Saturn cube. Okay, we clear on that. Okay. Saturn ascends, comes around again. Saturn ascends, choose 1 or 10. Ignorant to the damage done. How they created us. God let it happen. He didn't want to let it happen, or that which is the creator. He did not want to let it happen, but he allowed it to happen, and we were turned over to the deception to figure it out for ourselves. It was a trick, a trial. He sent 2 witnesses before Asu. They were killed. Asu ascended. Get it right. Read the Gospel of Barnabas. Google Jesus was never crucified, and start reading actual scripture that defines a total contradiction of what happens in the end of the Bible. Okay? Just do that. Just do what you're supposed to do, for God's sakes. Okay. Wear the grudge like a crown of negativity. Calculate what you will and will not tolerate. Desperate to control all and everything. Unable to forgive. Scarlet Letterman. Wear the grudge like a crown. Desperate to control. Unable to forgive. And sinking deeper. defining, confining, and sinking deeper. That means as a society, these people are bringing us down. They're making us sink. They're putting their darkness on us when we're light. And you know that. You all are warriors of light. We are light workers. Okay? And we're sinking deeper. Saturn comes back around to show you everything. Lets you choose what you will and will not see. And then drags you down like a stone or lifts you up again. Spits you out like a child, light and innocent. So you believe in him, he'll drag you down like a stone, lift you up like a child, and then drown you again. Because Saturn means one thing, and you can probably figure it out just by the word Saturn. Who the hell does that mean? Okay? Saturn comes back around, lifts you up like a child, and then drags you down like a stone to consume you till you choose to let this go. Choose to let it go. Let that fallen gene go. Let that darkness go. Let the light in. Do not let the false doctrines of man, and I'm not a preacher, these are my beliefs, and I want to make that clear. This is my path alone. Yours is yours alone. I'm only giving you input information to define your path. Okay? Very sad, really. I'm going to read that last one again. Saturn comes back around, lifts you up like a child. Makes you feel good, right? Or drags you down like a stone, puts hell on you. And we all know about what that is. The trauma, the belittling, the hurt, losing our friends, still being told what we can say and talk about. Who are these people? Really, who are you? God, I think the judgment needs to come now. Okay, so anyway, give away the stone. Let the oceans take and transmutate this cold and faded anchor. Give away the stone. Let the waters kiss and transmutate those leaden grudges into gold. I'm going to read that again. Give away the stone. Let the oceans take and transmutate this cold and faded anchor. Give away the stone. Give away the capstone. Let it go. Let go the fallen element that exists within us that causes you to not see what's actually going on in this world. Because that's all it's about. It's about keeping you in the dark and not being able to let you see. Let it go. Let what he puts in your head be right. Let what you find out and research be right. Not what these people rewrote thousands of years ago from Sanskrit and petroglyphs that they didn't even understand. Okay? Okay. Let the waters take and transmutate this cold and faded anchor. Give away the stone. I'm going to say it one more time, the capstone, not the cornerstone, because that's who we are, a molecule. All right? Let the waters kiss and transmutate this laden grudges into gold. Gold is a reference to the Anunnaki. Transmutation is what they did. Gold is what they were mining. Gold is what we were created for. We were created to do their mining. Boy, I'm going to lose a bunch of people on this, but it's time to say it. And this is a hats off to my buddy, Spirit of God. That is the name of the channel. The guy's cool. Okay, just like Morning Dew's cool. Okay, he specifically defines how these guys are skipped over and nobody talks about it. The hidden element that he tried to point out to us and no one listened. No one listened. The two before were killed. The two witnesses, the two prophets that were sent before were killed before Asu. And what I'm looking at also is he was homeless and drunk until 33, denying his father's call. He didn't want to answer it. He was with the homeless, the downtrodden. He drank. Look into this man. He's amazing. And he finally answered his father's call at 33. He knew he had to, and he did. Now, the last part of the song is just let go, 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 let go. Let go that part of your mind that is blocking sight. Look at me, still trying to wake people up. But mainly I just want you guys to know this part of the story. And every path I lead, me and the guy at Spirit of God, we had a very close relationship. We were talking all the time, but it was like, man, I'm not there yet. And I'm not ready to throw this at my subs because I'm going to lose them all. Okay? But I think we've reached that point because time is bearing down. And I'll quote more. Maynard, Invincible Tool, new album, Fear Inoculum. False hope, perhaps, but the truth never got in my way before now. And I'm feeling the sting, and I'm feeling time bearing down. Did you see what whipped across the U.S. last night? I just got out the cams in New York. Again, it's buried. Everywhere I see these planets and these anomalies, the next thing that happens is bad crap. The whole U.S., blam. We had 17 degrees last night, I think, 16 degrees. Winds that were beyond. It was an ice nightmare when this thing blew through. And to explain that, here we go. And nobody's saying this, man, because it's a big secret. Magnetic north is in South Siberia. Picture the continent of the U.S., the North Continent. We're tilting up towards North Pole. Does that make sense to you? Take the planet, take where we are, and tilt it north. Where is the U.S. going to end up? Now, a lot of this is being caused by you may define as the dragon. You may define it as ISIS. You may define it as the new name they gave for ISON, which is Wake Tuttle because they lied, said it broke up behind the sun, but it didn't. It moved the sun. Now, if it can move the sun, and it's still pretty much way out there, people are trying to tell you it's burning through the sky right now, they lie. Because if this thing was leaving a smoke trail in the sky, we'd be gone. I just went after a bake the other day, and I was just like, where do you get your information? If this thing was leaving a smoke trail in the sky, we'd be kicked like a soccer ball. Now, the one I see in Russia, which is the real dragon, ISON, Wake Tuttle, whatever you want to call it, Blue Kachina, many names, okay? It's still out there, but it is affecting us magnetically. The plasma discharges between these planets are what's burning California, and it's also causing the weather. It's causing these, 100-mile winds in California, and that's what lit California. It wasn't Rothschild, like I said before. It was planets, and it was the exchange. We exchange power between these planets. They're called stellar cores. They are blasts of plasma. And they go into our grid and they start fires. So if you think about it, what they did when that fire started, they started shutting down grids. They didn't do that last year. They let them burn. Because I think last year it was a man-made type thing because they found benzene in the soil after they were cleaning up. Benzene is an accelerant, which was sprayed by the jets. So again, don't worry about guns. And don't worry about them having to take them from you. They will poison your ass, they will chemical your ass, and they will burn wherever you're at. That's something we got to think about. But I really like this statement, you know? It's almost time to unleash the dogs of war. You know, and that's going to be our job, y'all. In the end, right now, this is a battle of principalities to drag you down dark roads, to drag you down to listen to these people who do not have a clue of who he is or what's transpiring right now. Okay? So they try and drag us down this road. They try and drag us back down and come back to the Bible. I've got a lady who helps me out, the Catholic Church. Come back to the church. I'm sorry. I can't kneel in front of a dead idol. And doesn't it say in the Bible, do not adorn things with the dead? Now, isn't that a pretty heavy-duty contradiction right there also? And people kneel in front of a dead body that was humiliated, tortured, and then nailed to a cross and murdered. That's the basis of and he died for our sins. Really. If he died for our sins, why when we ascend do we got to get judged again? We got to sit in the principal's office. That doesn't add up either. We're supposed to be atoned. We're supposed to be clear of sin. Why are we going to get judged again? Either go into the lake of fire or end up cool, if you want to talk about the Bible. So that don't add up, does it? The man didn't die, he ascended. Gospel of Barnabas. Judas took the bullet. That's the end of the story. That's what my belief is. And if you did your research, you would know the same. And it takes hours and hours of this research to actually find the truth. But it's what he told us to do, isn't it? I do not want to knock on his door and have him say, you don't know me, you never even tried. That's what he was telling us to do. Okay, so I don't want to be a preacher boy. I just want to say how much power and strength we have at the 100 plus we're at right now. We equal 100,000 in power and knowledge and strength. And no one ever doubt your ability or the ability that we have to win this thing in the end. Now it is a battle of principalities, but it's going to change. It's going to change. It's going to change when martial law rolls. Are you going to allow them to put you in a FEMA camp? Are you going to allow them? Are you going to allow them to put you on that bus? Are you going to allow them to RFID chip you? Are you going to allow them to put you in the gas chamber? Which comes down to the hundreds of millions of plastic coffins that are stacked up across the United States. What do you think those are for, people? You need medicine, you need food, and you see that neon light on the front of FEMA, that's going to be the last choice you make in your life. They have guillotines. Look it up. The orders are online. They've ordered cyanide, 250,000 gallons. You all see this coming. I don't mean to say this in dark, but like I said, us little 100 equal 100,000 in power, because our 1 + 4 + 4 are 9s who see all dimensions, have just as much power as the quantum computers that they're using to collect our mental data to devise a plan to stomp us into the ground. It's called genocide. And it's happened before many times, and it's about to happen again. Look back at the Indians. Didn't work out for them, did it? Well, history repeats itself, and there has not been one graduation or acceleration in our DNA or our knowledge to change the way we've always been. War, murder for religion, blowing away countries by executive order, building FEMA camps, stacking up coffins. Have we changed? Have we ascended? Have we progressed in any way as humans on this earth? No, we haven't. We have, but you can bet your ass that the rest of these people haven't. Well, I'm going to leave you with that. I'm happy with my guitar. I was at the hospital yesterday. It looks like another part of me's got to be removed. And this sucks. But I'd appreciate your thoughts, your prayers. I just can't believe it. And what I really can't believe is the lack of compassion with these surgeons and these experts. And boy, I tell you, I put them to the wall. I will debate a PhD. I will debate a surgeon all day long, and I'll nail them. I'll put them in a spot where they can't even speak because they think I'm a long-haired burnout. When you start talking to me, you get a totally different person. My name is Daryl Johnson, and I ride the wind. And I love all of you, and I thank you new subs, and I thank your comments. And that person who's having trouble with math out there, Don't worry about it. It was a problem with me too. Okay? I spent a lot of time in the math lab. Okay? You'll be okay. It's just numbers and letters and anyway, your comments are much appreciated. Your support is much appreciated. And we win. Let's stay together. Soon, we'll come up, we'll devise some type of plan here because it's come to that point. Where we meet, how we do this, just the next point. And know that I'm still working on trying to do a documentary, but I've been sick, and talk to a media company, which I may talk to you all about donations to get that done. But every dime will go to produce this documentary, which will show my videos, and hopefully last attempt before I just totally give up on trying to wake people up, last attempt to try and get some other people on board. So I beg you to share. I beg you to tell your friends about me. I beg you to tell them that you believe I'm telling the truth. And then let them come on and find out for themselves. Let's up these numbers. I don't care about the likes. I don't care about the shares. Really, the comments, I might get blocked, but if you are getting through, I don't care. Okay? So I'm going to stick with share. I'm going to stick with you talking to your friends and leading them to my channel. And again, I want God to bless y'all. We are protected in light, and I pray for y'all that He keeps us in the light, and He sends us archangels to protect us all. Because again, when you're in the light, you're seen by the big guy. His name is Gadriel. He does not want you in the light. He wants you in the dark, which is what my cam's doing right now. Okay. So anyway, peace, harmony, love, balance. You better be doing your meditation. Peace, love, harmony, and balance. But most importantly, and especially through these hard times and this weather, because we don't know what's going on. I want you guys to run into shelters when you hear something's coming. I want you to run into rock shelters. These storms are twice the power of what they normally should be. In some cases, quadruple the power. Do not take chances. You hear a warning, you head to the nearest shelter. Preferably a rock, okay? Because the other shelters don't hold up too well when these things blow through, okay? Help others. Just say it again. Help others, because that's what we do. That's our job, and that's what we're going to do. So we may as well start practicing now, right? I'll keep you informed about my health. I may have to disappear for a few days. Again, I've got another surgery. I've got another part of my machinery that needs to come out. I'm not going to say why, but you guys have been with me, can figure it out. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I will be with you guys throughout this whole thing, and I will be providing you pertinent information throughout this whole thing. Stay away from the goofballs, please. Okay? Look up the things I gave you that I cited and try and understand what the hell they're doing. They're doing one last ditch effort to block these things before they pop through. And I've already explained what's going to happen when they pop through. And you know it's 144s and 9s and seers and light workers. What's going to happen when that happens? Okay? So please be safe. Prayers to all of you. Again, you guys complete me. You are me. You're about the only ones who support me because I have no one. They've left me. They think I'm nuts. And you know that. You're with that. You're down with that. You know it. You know the feeling. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to say have a good night. My name is, again, Daryl Johnson. This is Ride the Wind. And I heavily advise to tread the air above the dim and find your truth. Hopefully the next video, maybe I'll be pulling out the guitar and playing you some licks and showing you what I really do. But this is my purpose also, and I kind of put it higher than the guitar because we're talking people's lives, okay? So you all have a great night, and thank you for talking. Thank you for listening. You have a good night. Everything's okay. We're going to be all right, okay? Everything is all right. Love you.